Some more Israel news. Netanyahu seeing new opportunities for hostage release after the conflict. Israel's reported to send one of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's advisors to Washington for talks on the ceasefire in Gaza. According to Netanyahu, new opportunities to release hostages have opened up after the war with Iran. Trump working to free all hostages at once and exile Hamas leaders. Now that is a sticking point for Hamas all this time. They don't want to be exiled because they want to undercover still control everything. Concerning the proposal, the US official indicated that 75% of the issues have been worked out and the remaining 25% dealt with the humanitarian situation affecting Gazan civilians, how the war will be concluded, and measures to prevent Hamas from rearming. In the meantime, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with officials at IDF Southern Command's headquarters on Sunday to discuss the conclusion of the 21-month Gaza war. They're talking about the end of this as if it's about to happen. Take note of that. The officials discussed with the Prime Minister the pros and cons of sending an Israeli representative to hostage deal and ceasefire talks, which will either take place in Doha or Egypt. Speaking at Israeli Security Shin Bet headquarters, Netanyahu reportedly said, "We will have to resolve the situation. Beyond that, broader regional opportunities are emerging, and in nearly all of them, you are partners." They're really talking, and I'm seeing this a lot in the tone and the words and the statements they're making, that they are coming to an end of the war in Gaza. So there's going to be a final deal, from what it looks like, to wrap things up there and hand off so that other nations can get involved in rebuilding and Israel can focus on bigger issues. Maybe like putting together a larger security blanket of Abraham covenant nations. That's what I'm seeing in the subtext here that's coming out in a lot of articles, especially with America's Donald meeting with Bibi and discussions happening behind closed doors. But we'll see. Then on a lighter note, Mossad trolls Iranian officials. Israeli intelligence agency mocks top Iranian officials for secretly following its updates amidst regime panic and mass arrests. The Mossad uploaded a post to its official account on X on Sunday evening, taking a swipe at Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Commander Mohammad Pakpour, Iranian Armed Forces Chief of Staff Abdul Rahim Mousavi, and Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. In the post, Mossad claims it conducted thorough review of the page's followers and was not surprised to find that the Honorable Gentlemen Pakpour, Mousavi and Araghchi are among our most loyal viewers. It noted that, of course, they use secondary phones and two of them even utilize private internet connections. The Mossad added, as a token of appreciation, we are also following them. Addressing the Iranian people, the post reiterated that they can continue to view the page's content, but asked them to refrain from following the page or reacting to published content for their safety. We will continue to provide important news updates. Two of the three officials, Pakpour and Mousavi, assumed their positions earlier this month after their predecessors were eliminated in Israeli strikes. So, really funny how they're trolling the Iranians that think they're secretly watching what the Jews are doing, and the Jews are saying, cool, we're actually following you too, but not online. It's really hilarious. Yeah, they should be worried. Seriously, I would not be worried about Mossad when they have their eyes set on a threat. And keep praying for Israel. If we look at what's happening in Gaza at the moment, Trump signs order terminating Syria's sanctions. The whole Gaza situation's coming to a head. Syria's situation's coming to a head. The United States will remove Syria's designation as a state sponsor of terrorism. This will leave on that list only 3 countries, Iran, North Korea, and Cuba. Another massive defense deal for Israel was $5.6 billion. Romania is purchasing things from them. Really interesting. The US State Department approved a sale of $510 million, bunker busters and things like that on its way to Israel. It is really, really 60% of the Gaza Strip is completely under the IDF's control. More will fall under its control if things don't go the way they want it to go with these final negotiations and talks on the ceasefire. So again, as crazy as it sounds, as implausible, that's the word, implausible as it sounds, it would appear that maybe we're going to see this Gaza operation wrap up shortly. We'll see. And then what comes after that, when we look at the Abrahamic covenant and that whole discussion we had in that last video, that will follow on the heels of the ending of hostilities in Gaza. Interesting times ahead. Pray that more and more Jews open their Bibles to Psalm 22, to Isaiah 53, to all the passages that the rabbis don't want them to look at and to delve into and think with an open mind. Hold up! That sounds like Jesus. Maybe we got this wrong. Yeshua could be our Mashiach, is our Mashiach. Pray that more and more of their eyes open, because every Jew that turns to Jesus now doesn't have to be here for that final week, Jacob's trouble. And that's a bonus, considering the death rate of Jews in that time frame. 2/3 to be lost going through that process. So pray for Israel, not just the Jews. Pray for the people in Gaza. Pray for the Palestinians, that more and more of them have visions and dreams and experiences with Jesus Christ. Pray for the Lebanese. Pray for the Syrians, for a revival in the church in Syria, that more and more people receive Jesus Christ. Pray for the North Koreans who are suffering under that mad little man. Pray for him to have an experience with God and a turnaround. Anything's possible with God. Pray for the Ukrainians and the Russians. Pray for the Chinese and the Taiwanese. Pray for the lost. Have a heart for those who need Jesus. Shalom.